Hi, I'm Paul. We are doing the course mastery challenge for the Integrated Math 1 course on Khan Academy. There's 30 questions and the questions are randomized, so you just don't know what you're going to get. That being said, let's get started. All right. Find a recursive formula for 5 times -2 to the n minus 1. Well, let's see, f of 1. What if we plug 1 in for n? Then 1 minus 1 is 0, -2 to the 0 is 1, and f of 1 is 5. We should probably run through a few more of these and see where the answers fall. So we have 5 for the first one, and then what if n goes to 2? Then n minus 1 is 1, and then we have 5 times -2, which is -10. All right, what if n goes to 3? Then we have 3 minus 1 is 2, -2 squared is 4, and 5 times 4 is 20. Let's do one more. 4. 4 minus 1 is 3, -2, 4, -8, and then we get -40. All right, so to get to f of n, it's f of n minus 1 times -2. Got to erase the drawings here, but that looks like the way it's going to go. All right. Let me adjust the volume here a little bit. That's probably fine. Princess Tower in Dubai is considered the world's tallest residential building. 101 floors. Whew. T of n models the number of tenants living on floor n of the tower. What does the statement T of 20 equal T of C mean? A is wrong. B is correct. C is wrong. Well, okay, I guess the only thing we can use is B. Charlotte owns 2 entertainment websites. Here are some details about those websites for 1 month. All right, let's skip that for now. Charlotte wants to know which website has more user engagement per single dollar expense. Charlotte thought of 2 different ways to define this quantity. Identify the 2 definitions. All right, so engagement per dollar. So the only ones that really mention expenses are B and D. So we're going to have to go with those. Determine which website has more user engagement according to both definitions. So we've got total number of comments divided by expenses, and we've got total number of likes divided by expenses. Wait a second. Oh, which website? Okay. Total number, let's start with comments. Total number of comments total number of comments. Did we get a calculator on this? Okay. Total number of comments divided by expenses. All right, on website A, the total number of comments is 500 times 110. Okay. And we can divide that by the expenses. She's just dividing it by expenses. Okay. Divided by 20,000. What did we get? 2.75. All right, 2.75. So can we beat that with the other one? And this is comments per expenses, right? So this one has 200 posts. I'm sorry, yeah, 200 posts, 450 comments per post, and expenses of 47,000. Nah, that's not good. See, website A is gonna win that one. Okay. What was the other one? Total number of likes divided by expenses. Okay. I think A is going to win. I think A is going to win that one too because the expenses are so much lower. But let's try it. Likes per post, 3,500 times 110 divided by 20,000. 1925. All right, 1925. Can website B beat that? Likes per post, 3,500 times 200 divided by the expenses, which are quite high. No, it's no good. So website A is the winner on both, both accounts there. $36 divided by 169, and then take the square root. Well, do we get a calculator? I don't get a calculator. Isn't 169 the square root of, it's 13, right? 13 times 13 is 130. Okay, so square root of would be 6 over 13. Mark the absolute minimum point of the graph. All right, looks like it's right here. Why can't I mark it? As I say, it looks like it's right here, right here, right here, here. Why can't I mark that? Am I supposed to be able to move something, or? I'm not actually. Oh, press Shift Enter to interact. Oh, okay. All right, now I'll try it. Can I do it now? That looks like the absolute minimum to me. The exponential function f, represented in the table, can be written as f of x equals a times b to the x. Complete the equation for f of x. All right, if x is 0, it doesn't really matter what b is, because that is going to come out to be 1. And so a has to be 15 times, all right, and then when x is 1, we need 15 times something that is going to be equal to 9. Oh, that's okay, but it's got to be exponential. Let me think about that. Okay, sorry, I don't understand that. Yeah, I wasn't done yet. I guess the only way to make that work, if x is 1 and we need it to equal 9, is to say 9/15 to the power of x. And x in this case, well, see, that's, I'm not sure that's doing what I wanted to do. Probably is, but 9/15, and we'll raise it to a power of x. So if x is 1, then f of x will be 9. All right, let's try it. Tanya is a car saleswoman. Below are the number of cars that she sold in each of the last 6 months. Using this data, create a dot plot. Each dot represents a month. Okay, so she's got 2 months at 20. I think you can put 2 at a time in here. She has 3 months at 21. Whoops, I put 4. Okay, there's 3 and 1 month at 23. All right. I wish they were all that easy. Find the value of x in the triangle below. Okay. Guess I should probably write this. Let's go up here. Why does this keep dropping down into my line of sight? All right, 56, 4, 4. So it's an equilateral triangle, meaning that this angle, 56, is also equal to this angle right here, 56. So the sum of those angles would be 112. And the sum of all the angles in a triangle is 180. So x would have to be 68. Let's take that off and go 6, 8. G of t equals negative 9t minus 4, and then figure out g of what equals 23. All right, so if we think of it this way, we could take that 4 and add it to the 23, 27, and in which case negative 9t. Wait, 4. I'm sorry. Forget the 4 for a second. To get that to equal 23, negative 9t has to equal 27. And then we subtract 4 and we get 23. So how can we get negative 9t to equal 27? That would have to be g of negative 3. Students have a choice between, is there anything else down here? Oh. Students have a choice between taking a test on paper or on the computer. Mrs. Ghazi graphed the relationship between the number of students taking the test on computer and the number of test pages she would need to print. All right. What feature of the graph represents how many pages Mrs. Ghazi would need to print if nobody took the test on the computer? Well, that would be the y-intercept. Nobody uses the computer, so that would be 0. And so the y-intercept would be the number of pages. Oh my gosh. Which line fits the data graphed below? A, B, C, or none? Well, let's It's under which? Oh, I see. Well, A fits. I mean, the dots. A is a good line of fit there. So. Cheryl is curious how different amounts of sunlight will impact the growth of her tomatoes. She exposed some of her tomatoes to varying amounts of sunlight in hours per day and recorded the change in their circumferences after a week. And her data is summarized in the table below. All right. All of the scatter plots below display the data correctly, but which one displays the data best? By convention, a good scatter plot uses a reasonable scale and puts the explanatory variable on the x-axis. Okay, well, the explanatory variable is the amount of sunlight. The amount of sunlight explains the growth of the tomatoes. So, we're looking for a reasonable scale on the axes and sunlight on the x-axis. So, we eliminate A. B is possible. C is out. Okay, D is that the scale is wrong. So, we're going to have to go with B. GR equals negative 5R plus 13. G of 3 is negative 15 plus 13 is negative 2, right? Negative 15 plus 13, negative 2. Is the relationship linear, exponential, or neither? What I'm seeing here is the numbers that we have for x are going up by 14. So add 14 every time. And then I'm seeing the y variables are being multiplied by 6 every time. So that is an exponential relationship. Bulan rows on a crew team. Her team rows their boat at a split rate of 2 minutes for 500 meters. What is the rate in minutes per meter? Well, I mean, meters per minute. Okay, meters per minute. Well, it's 500 meters per 2 minutes. Is that an acceptable answer? Or should we say 250 meters per minute? And would we get credit for either one, or is one of them going to be marked wrong? I mean, all you have to do is flip it over. So it's 500 meters to 2 minutes, but nobody gives, meters per minute, per 2 minutes. I mean, I'm just going to say it's 250 per minute. It needs to be simplified. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. So he's just going to say 250 meters per minute. Okay. Kareem sent a chainmail to 10 of his friends. The number of people who got the email increases by a factor of 1.4 every week. Which expression gives the number of people who got the email after 6 weeks? Yeah, so it's just an exponential function. So it starts with 10 and then goes up by 1.4 every week. If he's been doing this for 6 weeks, or if the letter's been going for 6 weeks, then we are now at 1.4 to the 6th. And the answer is B. Sergey runs a bakery. He needs at least 175 kilograms of flour in total to complete the holiday orders. He only has 34 kilograms of flour. The flour that he likes comes in bags that each contain 23 kilograms of flour. He wants to buy the smallest number of bags as possible to get the amount that he needs. Let F represent the number of bags of flour that Sergey buys, which inequality describes this scenario. All right, so he's got 34. He needs at least 175. So it's got to be B or D because that's what at least, you need at least 175. The amount of flour that he has to be greater than or equal to 75. He has 34. He needs bags of 23 kilos. So B, 34 plus 23F. What is the smallest number of bags that he can buy? Well, let's see. What's 175? Oh, here we go. We can get a calculator. So 175 minus 34. He needs 141. Okay, divide that by 23. 6. So 6 is not going to quite be enough, right? So 6 is 120. 138. That will give him 172. It's not quite enough. So he's going to have some flour left over, but he needs 7 bags. 7. What is the center of the dilation? All right, A, B, C, or D. Well, the center is the point that doesn't move. So, we can tell, first of all, like from n to n prime, the answer has to be either A or C. Now, if we draw a line from the rightmost point of the triangles, extend that out, it's going to hit C. It's not going to hit A, and the same thing is true with the lowest point. So the center of the dilation is C. All right, let's go with that. Graph the function. Oh, just drag it? Okay. The second point that we could plot would be if x were equal to 1, 10 times 3/5 is 6. So 1, 6. Did we get that on there all right? The rest of it looks fine because as x gets bigger, the asymptote is definitely at y equals 0. The horizontal asymptote is definitely y equals 0. So that looks right. I don't think I can really improve on that based on what we're given here. Okay. Find an explicit formula for the arithmetic sequence. An explicit formula for the arithmetic sequence, -11, -3, -5. So it's adding 8 every time. Okay. So for an arithmetic sequence, we would have, that's not what I want to do. Where's the pen? Arithmetic sequence looks like this. B of n equals b of 1 plus n minus 1 times d. D is the constant, which in this case is 8. It's adding 8 each time. All right, so then we have b of n equals b of 1. First term is b of 1, so that equals negative 11 plus 8n minus 8 equals 8n minus 19. Does that work for any of the other terms? Let's try the fourth term. 32 minus 19 is 13. All right, that looks right. I got to turn this off, but it's 8n minus 19. 8n minus 19. All right. The data below represent the number of pages each student in Ashwin's class read during reading time. Which box plot correctly summarizes the data? Let's see if there's anything we can quickly eliminate here. Okay, not really. I was hoping that like maybe we could use the 16 and the 28 to knock something out, but we can't. So now we got to look at it a little more closely. All right, 16. Why don't we get the median, because we have three different medians here: 23, 21, 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's in between 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the median is 22. And the box plot that has 22 as the median, which is that line right there, is C. Remove all perfect squares from inside the square root. Assume y is positive. Okay. I don't see any perfect squares in the numbers. Now, y to the 8th we can take out. We can bring that down to y to the 4th times square root of 39 y. Right? Yeah, that looks right. Draw the image of ABC under the translation xy equals x and y plus 3. Y plus 3. All right. So x is the same, but we have y plus 3. So there's C. Yeah, this would be okay. I can make this A. Y plus 3, 1. It's negative 3, so it's got to be on 0. That went from 2. Oh, hold on. That should go from 2 to 5. And that should go from 0 to 3. So we just moved the thing up 3. All right, that looks okay. Raimundo wants to know if sons of taller fathers tend to be taller. This graph, what graph? follow that graph. It's just a big blob. If sons of taller fathers tend to be taller, this graph shows the relationship between the heights of fathers and sons. Which statement is the best description of the association between these variables? Taller fathers have taller sons, taller fathers have shorter sons, no clear relationship. Well, let's take a look. Well, it's a blob, but it's definitely slanting up and to the left, which would indicate that taller fathers have taller sons. So I'm going to go with that. Cube root of 27. Gee, I wish they were all this easy. 3. For a given input Q, the function g outputs a value r to satisfy the following equation. Write a formula for g of q in terms of q. Okay. All right, so we would have to solve it for r, right? So let's put these together. We'll add 4r to both sides and get 16r. Add 7q to both sides, and that equals 10q. All right, divide by 16 equals 10/16 q. Oh, come on. 10/16 q, which would be 5/8. So if it's going to output r, then g of q is going to need to equal 5/8 q. Okay. 5. Well, I mean 5q over 8. Let's do it like that. Well, I guess we could do it the other way. We did 5/8, and then out here we put the q, right? 5/8 q. Yeah, that should be okay. Which expressions are equivalent to 3x plus 3x plus y? Well, I mean, let me write it down here. It's going to be 3x plus 3x plus 3y. So that could be 6x plus 3y. So A is possible. B is 3x plus 3x plus 3y. Yeah, 3xy. Well, C doesn't work. C doesn't work. So we are going to have to go with A and B. Okay, the following frequency table shows the number of players on the Pouncing Tigers soccer team that have scored during each match this year. How many matches have there been this year? To be honest with you, I don't understand the chart. Let me look at this for a second. The only thing I can make out of this is that they had one match where nobody scored. They had two matches where one player scored, four matches where two players scored, no matches where three players scored, and one match where four players scored, in which case we just add up the number of matches. It seems too simple, but I mean 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. Let's go with 8. Okay. So Raj took a slice of pizza from the freezer and he put it in the oven. Pizza was heated at a constant rate. The table compares the pizza temperature and the time since he started heating it. All right, it's being heated at a constant rate. I wanted to take the pizza to reach 100 degrees Celsius. All right, so every 2 minutes it goes up by 15, and we need it to go up another 45 to get to 100. So that's 3 more increments of 15, and it would be 3 more increments of 2 minutes. So 8, 10, 12, 14. All right. Select the interval where f is positive. The f, or f is positive. Well, it's from about negative 1.5 to positive 1.5. About. Oh, well, negative 1 to positive 1. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All right. That's it. I don't know what kind of a summary we're going to get, but all right. So that is math, integrated math 1. I hope you enjoyed it, learned something. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and see you next time.